Hi everyone and welcome back to my Manjaro weekly check-in. This is where I share a quick, honest update each week, all my numbers, what's been happening behind the scenes and the mindset lessons that come with this journey. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Helen. I started taking Mounjaro at the end of October 2024 and since then I've lost just over 7 stone. What I'm documenting though isn't just the weight loss, it's the real life side of trying to build lasting change. But let's dive into the numbers. I shall record my screen so that I can share that with you here. So this week I have lost 1.6 pound, bringing my weight down to 12 stone 8.4 pound. My BMI has dropped 0.2, which is now 28.5. My body fat has dropped 0.4 and is now at 35%. That's still in the red, but it's heading, towards that green, so moving in the right direction. Subcutaneous fat is down. Visceral fat is the same this week, but that's already in the green, so I'm happy about that. BMR has dropped slightly this week. I talk about this a lot. My BMR is something that I've actively worked to make sure that I maintain that. I mean, it's in the green, so if we look, it's absolutely smack bang in the middle of the green. I love the fact that I can now eat more calories than I could when I was almost 20 stone before I start putting on weight. I think that's amazing. Body water, that's up 0.3% this week, slowly creeping up to that 45% where I'm in the green. Hopefully not too long now. Proteins up, muscle mass, fat-free mass, body mass all heading in the right direction. Skeletal muscle, that's slowly getting towards that 40%, but everything's heading in the right direction, which is good. Let's have a look at comparing my data since I started. My overall weight is now down 7 stone 5.2 pound. My BMI has dropped from 45.1 and that's down 16.6. Body fat is down 25%. Subcutaneous fat, I still can't say that, is down 20%. Visceral fat's down 15 and in the green. BMR overall, that's increased by 72 calories and in the green. Body water has increased and slowly getting there. Protein is in the green, as is muscle mass, fat-free mass, bone mass. The skeletal muscle's creeping up, so I'm happy with all of those. If we take a look at nutrition for the week, 3rd of March. So with my nutrition, I've gone for, because it's a diet, right, and you need to eat healthily, I made the decision to choose a really, I suppose, almost old-fashioned, balanced diet. Lower fat, still eating carbs. I think you need carbs for energy. I didn't want to cut out any food groups at all. I want this to be a healthy diet, but it's got to be sustainable. I don't want to be eating different foods. I want to eat with the family. So I try and aim for 1200 calories a day, just so that I can protect my BMR, making sure that I'm eating a healthy amount. My carbs, I'm aiming for sort of 100 grams a day, but I am trying to increase my fibre. Definitely from when I've started cutting down on the sugar and the salt. And if we take a look at the week, Tuesday, definitely over on the protein, but that's not something that I'm worried about. Wednesday, again, everything seems okay. Carbs are more like 120 grams a day, that's fine. Thursday's okay. Friday we had a takeaway, we had a Chinese. Definitely cut down. I think this is only my 2nd Chinese takeaway since starting Manjaro. I think the problem with my choice on the Chinese is it's definitely high in sodium, which I've tried to avoid. High in carbs, definitely over on my calories. I had a large glass of wine as well, so definitely a heavy calorie day. Saturday as well, we had a pub lunch out, which was just lovely. But again, higher on the saturated fat, definitely a bit down on the fibre, but my salt was okay. Sunday, definitely more balanced. Fiber's dropping again, it's not good. And Monday, fiber's just dire, but everything else is all good. And what I like to do is look back at the week and try and take a real balanced view of things. So if we look back at the week, overall my calories, my daily average was 1,262, so I'm happy with that. Saturated fat is good. Carbs 121, so I mean that's a healthy amount of carbs to be eating. Fibre could definitely be better. High on the protein, but I'm not too worried about that. And so salt and sugar is all good. So yeah, happy with my nutrition. Awesome. I think, you know, the scales only tell one side of the story, right? And this week has definitely been a quieter week, perhaps where progress doesn't feel dramatic. But when I step back and look at the numbers, I can really see the habits I'm kind of building. And I realise just how different life looks now. In the past, if I'd have had a takeaway one night and then gone out to the pub the next night and had wine, I'd have been like second guessing everything and slipping back into that old all or nothing thinking. But right now, everything feels steadier. Everything feels a lot more balanced. There's nothing extreme. And it's a good opportunity to remind myself that it's not about perfect days or perfect weeks. It's about building something that's sustainable over time. And I think that's probably the biggest change Manjaro has helped create for me. It's given me the space to respond differently instead of reacting to those old patterns. And I think it's in those quieter weeks that real progress happens. So if I had to sum up this week, it's that nothing's been dramatic, it's just been steady. Definitely consistent, and I think that consistency quietly adds up and I'm slowly chipping away at my weight. That's it for this week. If you're also on Manjaro or a GLP-1 journey, I'd love to hear how your week has gone. Feel free to drop me a message or share in the comments below. I'd love for you to follow along with these weekly updates or the more in-depth conversations about mindset and midlife weight loss. Please hit that subscribe button, it would really help my channel. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next update.